Good morning, little bunny. So I've been thinking about making another backpack. I made a Rayway one 5 years ago, 2019. Whew. My Kuma's still doing great. There's the start of some wear and tear on it, but I'll be happily backpacking with it for a while longer, I think. But yeah, just want to get crafty again, and there's definitely things that I'd want personalized to myself. And this morning got me thinking, because my hands are cold, and trying to pull out and put the water bottles back into the pockets on this. So painful. So these pockets aren't super stretchy, and the elastic-ish that they use is so rough. And so when you put your bottle in there and your fingers get caught in there, it's so painful. And that's what I hated about my Hyperlight too. The really thick, rough netting that they use. When your hands are sunburnt and cold first thing in the morning, that's like the worst feeling in the world, is just shredding your hand on some rough fabric. Anyways, I might splurge on something a little heavier, like spandex, that's softer and stretchier, and you don't have to fight to get your stupid water bottle in the pocket and destroy your hands in the process. Anyways, there's my vent for the morning. Let's see if I make my backpack. So this has to be the worst gate on trail. It took me a while just to get it unhooked from the bottom. And then, of course, it flung out and almost killed me. And I physically cannot get it back. Like, no. They need like an extra foot of wire to make this possible. I can't imagine trying to close that when you have weak little through hiker arms. I don't have weak little through hiker arms, and I can't close it. Somebody come out here and fix this, please. So there's the wash that I was just in. Continuing up. So the trail continues that way. But as you can see in the distance, there is a tank. So I'm gonna go there and have myself a little break, fill up my water, hang out for a minute. It looks like the next two water sources aren't that reliable. One definitely isn't reliable, and the other one, why bother, because I'll be so close to the end of my day. So I have just under 14 more miles to go. So I'm just going to fill up here, enjoy a liter or so of water while I'm hanging out, and then continue with the rest of my day. There's currently some cows in my water source. So these nice ladies over here let me get some water. They're enjoying their salt licks. Hi. Y'all, I am so dumb. So there are 2 roads that lead to this tank. I took the first one heading southbound, which put me at the cow tank. However, if I had walked a little bit further and took the road down, or even crossed the road, there's this perfectly clear tank down here. So there are the Catalinas, which Tucson is on the other side of. Look at all that snow up there. That is what I'm avoiding this weekend. Maybe it'll be melted by the next free weekend I have. I stepped on one! I ran into the first person on trail this weekend. A guy was riding his horse, just an out and back for the day. A couple others that he's riding with went back to the trailhead, which is where I'm heading to. Told me about that second water source. He went up there completely dry, which I wasn't planning on going up there anyways, but saved someone some trouble because there hasn't been a comment in Far Out for a year. So I went ahead and updated that for this year's through hikers. Don't bother. This is also asking about the next water source and mileage and everything. Which he was like, oh yeah, 3 miles, that's an hour's ride. I'm like, okay, cool. So I am hiking as fast as a horse. Good to know. I am catching up with the other 2 riders that are heading back to the trailhead. But look at this view, y'all. Ugh. Finished passage 14. Woohoo! Now I'm just road walking to the highway. So 1.5 miles of passage 13 will be done. The highway's just an easier stop. And I'd have to road walk this anyways whenever I go to do passage 13. So may as well get it done now, and then it'll be easier to either pick me up or drop me off at Highway 77 again when I actually finish passage 13. A couple thoughts after this weekend. I'm probably going to go back to a Sawyer squeeze for my water filter. Just the Be Free is so fast in clear water. But just after a few days of filtering cow tanks, it's so slow. It's like it's an old used filter and it's pretty new. And it was flowing perfectly like the first day. So, second thing, I've been wearing my last pair of Ultras from the Appalachian Trail, just off and on. You know, I had put maybe 200 miles on them at the end of the AT. And so I don't know, I wear them for hiking and backpacking, but I don't know, I'm feeling it. My feet are a little sore. So, and the insides are starting to rip out too, but might be time to retire them.